And welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. It's me and Mike today.
It's the Mike and Kaz show.
It's the Mike and Kaz show. What could possibly go wrong? Hello, Gina. All right. So we were just chatting about live streaming, and yeah, let's just carry the conversation on, Mike. So tell us about so have you live streamed once on your own, just the once?
I've live streamed before. I've done two on my channel. I interviewed a guy named Rich Carter. I say interview. It wasn't an interview. It was a conversation. I hate the
Yeah,
word interview.
I know. It's a
It was a
conversation.
conversation.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that's on my channel. And so he and I sat down and did that together. And then the other day, the bug hit. It's so nice out here. I'm in Arizona, southern Arizona, and the weather is just gorgeous. And so I thought, I'm just going to go outside. I went outside with my tripod and I set it up by the fire pit. And I wanted to test Prism. Prism is an app that I have on my smartphone that you can live stream with, and I've never used it. I've seen Rob the Maritimer use it,
Interesting.
and it looks pretty easy to use. So I thought, well, why not? So I went over out in the backyard, got all set up, started up my Prism app, and I went live on my channel, Mike in Retirement. There's a shameless plug.
Yeah, no, that's what we're here for.
So I just, I went live and I didn't have an agenda. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. So what I
Yep.
talked about was testing the Prism app because that's what I was there for. So
Yeah,
the whole thing is, hey, I'm just testing this. I don't know if it's going to work. It may not work. I don't know what's going to happen. I had my iPad set up next to it because on the Prism app, I was told you couldn't see comments. Well, it turns out you can see them, but they're really small and, my eyes are old.
yeah.
So I had my iPad set up next to it, hoping to watch comments there. I couldn't get that part to work, but and it was fun. I just, talking along, I didn't expect anybody to show up, but Krista showed up.
Nice.
So that was cool. She
Yeah.
came in and,
Good
that
on
really
her.
helped. So yeah, exactly. And it was fun. I mean, why not go live? I'm just jump in. If you don't have anything to talk about that.
Totally right.
Talk about, hey, I don't have anything to talk about. So let's talk about not having anything to talk about. And
Totally right.
see where it goes, because as you talk, and if people do show up and you're getting comments and you're getting interaction in the comments, man, it's great. And all of a sudden you'll have something to talk about. So, why not just do it?
Totally, totally. And Gina, do you know Gina, Mrs. G, your favorite auntie?
No, I don't.
Okay, so Gina didn't go live for a long time, like all of us, and now she does heaps of lives. I mean, how many lives do you do a week, Gina? Like, I want to say 2 or 3, maybe. And Debbie Sue, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you've gone live yet. You can let me know. But yeah, exactly. As Gina said, she was so nervous. But now Gina she does quite a few now, and she's just totally into it. And you're funny as well, Gina. I mean, Gina's funny. She's funny and she's fun. She's hilarious. So it's like, yeah, I'm sure she just thought, oh, what was I ever really scared of? Because not yet. I'm going to everyone else's lives. Do you want to come on our live, Debbie Sue and Gina? If I put the link in, let me know if you want me to put the link in. Not yet. I'm going. Yeah. Let me know if you want to come on to ours, because we're just low key here. We don't have anything planned. We're just going to talk about YouTubery stuff. So cool.
I'm new to your school community, and I am absolutely loving it. The people in there are so
It's a really
encouraging.
so cool place. There's such nice people in there, eh? Genuine.
Yes,
Genuine
that's a good way to
people.
put it. That's a good word.
Yeah. Yeah, they really are genuine. And, every time, I mean, how generous is it every time someone takes the time to read what we're posting about? It's a completely different kind of engagement to, for example, if I was to put a post on my post or something, not everyone sees posts, and posts are always I can find them a little bit awkward sometimes to engage with. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes there's a lot that the creator is saying, And sometimes they're just saying, look, hey, go and watch my video or something. So if I literally read it, I will always like it and I will always comment. I never just like scroll past, because if I've actually put all notifications on, then, like like you've read it, like actually let the person know you've read it because you've put the time in. But it's a completely different type of engagement, isn't it, in school? Because, the engagement's so much higher. The interest is, people aren't in that scrolling mode. They're actually, I'm in school now. And so, there's a bit of a mind shift, I think, when you're popping in there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And StreamYard, I finally got my StreamYard account set up this week. So I am, with your gracious permission, I am live streaming this to my channel too, I think. I think I am. I'll find out when it's over. But yeah, I didn't know you could do that. So YouTube's a learning deal. And if you want to stay sharp, start a YouTube channel because it will
That's
sharpen
right.
you.
Do you know what? And I love all the different ways, all the different nuances, how people will describe like what starting a YouTube channel means for them. Like I really, the one that sort of like comes to mind right now is, it's like, first of all, the whole brain thing. So yeah, let's definitely talk about that. But just also, it's like a bit of a journey of self-discovery again, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like we never discover ourselves once. It's just an ongoing, never ending. But we sure do learn about ourselves, don't we, after we hit record for that first time?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The first time I hit record was in 2019. I'd been retired for 2 years and I decided to start an online video course teaching some software.
Yeah.
And it was so awkward. The first,
Exactly.
the first few times I pressed record, I was like a deer in the headlight. I was just, now what do I do?
I know.
It's like,
like
when
there's
you press
something,
record, it changes you, but it
it
shouldn't.
changes you. Something shifts inside of you, eh? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like your mind, and you're suddenly just like rabbit in the headlights or something.
Yes. And I was afraid. I was nervous and it showed. It showed big time. But people still watched it. That's what
Yep.
amazed me. But now when I press record, it's like energizing.
It is
You know,
so energizing. Yeah.
it really is. So I never thought I'd say that, but here I am.
Here you are. And, I think there's something too about the whole, like, pressing record is, and starting a YouTube channel is simple, but not easy. Is that the right way around, do you think?
I think
Just
so.
how,
Yeah.
we can follow the instructions, we can open up a YouTube channel, we know how to hit record, we know how to record ourselves, and we can easily upload with absolutely no editing. We can use YouTube to go and do a thumbnail for us. So the simple to do, like all the mechanics of it are simple, but the journey and starting isn't necessarily easy for everyone, is it?
No.
Some
No.
of these crazy young kids, our age, are just popping off, you know, because I think their story really captures attention at the time. Like I'm thinking of Jen, Silver and Solo. Do you
Yes.
watch her? Exactly.
Yes, I do.
Who else popped off really quickly that we can think of?
Um,
I know a
well,
couple of people. Like there's that blonde lady. Does she live in some Scandinavian country or something?
oh yeah, Raina, I think is her name, or is
Yeah.
that the
Oh,
one?
Raina. Oh, yes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I think so. And she's got this lovely house and everything, doesn't
Yes.
she? Yes. So she's kind of living that life that people are thinking, wow, I'm like in the middle of the suburbs with a house packed full of stuff still. But then she decluttered apparently to get
Yeah.
there as well, right? So all credit where it's due. She did the stuff. Hey,
Yeah.
Rosani. Hey,
Exactly.
Coffee Walks.
Yeah, we're getting some people in here.
Yes, we are. We are. So tell us about Prism, because I don't know
Prism.
anything about Prism. So shall I go to your video or something like that, or do you just want to talk about it? Or
Well, we can talk about it. I don't
yeah.
know. My video might be kind of boring.
Oh no, but I just sort of mean like, I don't know, you're probably holding what you're doing is you are live streaming, you are using the app, right? You're not necessarily like showing us how it's used. You're actually using
Right.
it.
I'm
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
using
yeah,
it.
which is the most
Yeah.
powerful thing. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so tell
Yeah.
us
And then,
about it.
I
So,
just talk.
yeah, Prism app. I'll pop that in the comments, or
Yeah. It was,
Prism app.
Prism, and it's free. I mean, there's a paid version you can get. When you get the paid version, it, removes our logo. But I'm not there yet. I wanted to try it first to see if I like it. But
For sure.
yeah, it's a free app. It's on my iPhone. I think you can put it on probably any smartphone or tablet. And it's a way to live stream right from your phone that gives you some additional features. I found out you can see the comments. I was under the impression you couldn't, but you can. They're just really small. So maybe it would be better on on an iPad or something bigger, a tablet.
Mm.
But yeah, it's a free app, and you set up an account, and then you attach it to your channel or channels, and then when you're ready to go live, you just go live, and it automatically does its thing behind the scenes, and voila, there you are. You're live, and you can talk, and it's awesome. It's so simple to use. So yeah,
Look at this.
it
Look at
was
this
good.
nice comment from Gina.
Oh wow, wow, thank you. Wow, I appreciate that. See, that's the kind
Yeah.
of encouragement that I've been getting, and I thrive on that kind of stuff. I thrive
Yes.
on encouragement. I think all of us do, and
Yeah.
that really boosts you up, and it gives
It
you a shot
really
in the arm
does.
and helps you to keep going.
Do you know what? Totally does, because we're sitting in rooms all on our own, aren't we? Or we're sitting in our backyard, or we're going somewhere and recording or something. But like, we are physically alone, and
Yeah,
when we're making our videos and coming up with ideas and deciding what to make and doing our thumbnails and everything. So it is such a boost. Do you know Coffee Walks and Whatever?
yes, yes, I do.
There we go. Hello, Coffee
Yeah,
Walks. What is your name? Coffee Walks and Whatever. Love that channel name.
yes.
Hey, Nicola. Retired Path. Hello. There you go. You've got now. Can you see? You can see all of our comments, or shall I pop them up on the screen? Because when people are watching from your channel, I don't necessarily. Well, actually, they should be able to see all the comments coming through. It's
Yeah, I
always
can
coffee
see them.
time.
I see them in the
Yeah,
sidebar. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it is
Okay.
always coffee time. I agree. I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah,
they're
yeah,
depicted.
yeah. So tell us the
Hey,
difference.
retired path. Yes, that's Vicky, right? Vicky at
Oh,
retired path.
Vicky, nice. Hey, Vicky.
I think I got her name right. If I didn't, sorry. It's all kind
So
of a blur.
and we've got Nicola here. Tell us the difference. What's the difference between Prism and just going live on YouTube Studio? To be honest, I haven't gone live just on YouTube. Do we go live on YouTube Studio, or do we go live on YouTube when we're just using YouTube?
Well, I've not gone live on YouTube without software. I usually use Ecamm Live, and
StreamYard for me, yep.
yeah, and it's I've not gone through YouTube itself, but I know when you're setting something up in advance, when you're scheduling something, you go into YouTube Studio. So I think that's where you probably stream from. I've never done it on my YouTube app on my phone, but I know people who have, and it's a little bit clumsy. I don't think you can even see comments there, or you can see them,
No.
but you can't bring them up on the screen.
Yeah, yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
how it is. And I like
Yeah.
bringing them up on the screen, whenever I can. But you can't. I don't think you can do that in Prism. I don't think you can bring them up on the screen, at least not in the free version. Maybe I'm wrong. If somebody knows something different,
Yeah.
go ahead and
Gina,
let me know.
and Nicola, if you guys can tell us, like, when you go live, do you go live from the YouTube Studio app, or do you go live from actual YouTube? That's really nice, Nicola. It's 1 a.m. in Kuala Lumpur. I'm wide awake, jet lagged. Glad to catch this live. So nice. Just watch as much as will put you asleep. I have to say, I watched Rob, because it's so early for me. When I was watching Rob's live yesterday, was it yesterday? Yes, it was yesterday. Did you watch that? Did you watch that, Mike? His live yesterday,
No, I
Rob?
wasn't able to catch it. My daughter came over and spent the day with us, so Yeah, I wanted to do that. I caught a little
Of
bit of the
course.
after show, the members only thing, about
Yeah.
the last 10 minutes of it, but that was all I was able to do.
So he did that stunning thing, of course, of creating a video, editing it, and uploading it, thumbnail and everything, going live within the 2 hour slot. And actually, as he said, he did it in a lot shorter time because he was like talking to us during it, saying, "Okay, now I'm going to do this." So, I mean, he did it quite quickly. But when he was doing the editing bit, because I was still in bed, because it was like, I don't know, 5 a.m. in the morning or something like that, and I'm
Oh,
watching it. But I got quite lulled into when he was like editing and seeing his, what does he use? Does he use Final Cut Pro? Oh, no, he
no,
uses
he used
Camtasia.
Camtasia.
Yeah.
Camtasia.
But when he was in the editing mode and talking and then cutting bits out, I just got hypnotized and kind of like dozed off for a moment, which was quite
That'll
funny
do
because I
it.
like, yeah. We haven't gone live in a while, but we use YouTube. So the actual, right, interesting. So we
Okay.
just go straight onto YouTube, right? So what are the advantages, do you think, of when you see it's got some extra features? Like how did you find out about Prism, and like what extra features do you think it gives? Like,
Well, I found out about Prism from Rob the Maritimer. He was using it out on an island, a beautiful area. He's out on this island, and I'm thinking, where are you getting your internet coverage? Where's the
yeah,
Wi-Fi out there? But
Nova
yeah, he was,
Scotia, is that an island? Nova Scotia?
well, he was out on a
Oh, yeah,
little
an island
gravel,
island.
I don't know
Okay,
if
he
it was a
boated
gravel
out to
bar
an
or whatever.
island. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And he was doing that out there using Prism, and that sparked my interest. And so, I've heard that if you're trying to do a live, if you've got a brand new YouTube channel, and someone correct me if this is wrong, this is just what I've heard. If you've got a brand new YouTube channel and you don't have that many subscribers yet, if you try and do a live from your app, your studio app or whatever on your phone or computer, or not your computer, but on your phone or your tablet, that it might not let you do it. You can do it on a computer, on a web browser,
Ah, yes.
but maybe not in the app. That's what I've heard.
Mm,
Well, with Prism, I also heard, I'm not sure if it was Rob that said this, I think maybe it was, that even if you can't do a live from your YouTube Studio app, you can still do it from Prism,
right.
So, you know, that's good. And it was just fun. I mean, I like I like stretching myself. I like using new tools, using new software to a point. But
Definitely.
yeah, I mean, I don't know all the features of it yet. I've only used it the one time. But what I really liked was being able to see the comments as tiny as they were. And if you go
Yeah.
back and watch that video, you'll see that, I'm sitting there with my phone recording, and I saw a comment come up, and it's so tiny, I had to get down in there and kind of look at it,
Yeah,
which was
yeah.
awkward, but
Yeah,
it's
you
live.
weren't able to do a screenshot, go into your photos and enlarge while you were
No,
live.
no, no, not at all. So I'm still exploring it. I'll probably use it a few more times and get more used to it. Maybe I'll at some point get the paid version and see what's different about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely like Ecamm Live when I'm in here in this room. I love using
Ah,
Ecamm Live. It only
ah,
works
do
on
you?
a Mac. It only works on
Yeah.
a Mac, but yeah, yeah, it's pretty versatile. I
Yeah,
used
do you
it
know? Yeah.
with that conversation I had with Rich on my channel when we talked about retirement, and it was fun. You set things up
Yeah.
ahead of time, and you have different scenes, and there's just like right now, there's zero editing. As soon as you're done, it becomes an on-demand video. So
That's right. And
yeah,
also the other thing too is that you can make clips of it.
yes,
If you wanted to do shorts. I'm not really doing shorts at the moment, but
yeah,
I've
not either.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's an option as well. Yes, I do believe that there's a number. I think there's a number of, like, do they say actually it might just be 50? I don't know, or
Yeah, I've heard the
500
same
on
thing.
YouTube. But it's like, dude, we're finding other ways to go live. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
why would YouTube even do that? Because there's enough people that can get past their initial checks of, their bots or whatever, like the
right,
channels.
right.
And yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm just
So
learning StreamYard and OBS Studio app. How are you finding those, Gina? Oh, 500 subs. Oh, there we go. There, I mean, you know, that's a
Oh, okay.
lot. How much work have
Yeah.
you had to do to get to 500 subs? I mean, I've been on for a year, you know, like, so most people aren't no overnight sensation. As we cry into our
No.
cup of tea. No. Yeah, live streaming. Totally.
Yeah,
So how often
absolutely.
do you think, tell me what software you used to teach or you still teach?
Oh, I teach Audacity. It's a audio software, and
Oh,
I don't teach music. You know, I don't do music anymore. I haven't done music since the mid '90s. I used to edit and produce music, and
yeah.
it's too time consuming. So this is for podcasters and audiobook narrators. So I had two courses, one for podcasters, one for audiobook narrators. I had to shut them down in 2024 for health reasons, but I'm getting ready to fire them back up. And
Wow.
then, yeah, the YouTube channel that I use to promote that, and I have a lot of tutorials on that channel. It's it's Audacity Training at Audacity Training, and that's where I teach tutorials. And I like doing tutorials. You know, I'm still doing some of those, not like I used to, but um, the thing about tutorials is I can't talk about real life. I can, but nobody cares. Nobody's interested. So, you know, they're there to be taught something, and so I broke away from that and started my other channel here, Mike in Retirement, so that I could talk about life
Yeah.
and this kind of stuff and the stuff that matters to me. And you know, it was a good move for me, I think.
How many videos have you made so far?
On this channel,
Roughly, yeah.
I think I have 17. I think
Okay. Yeah.
somewhere around there. It's been
Yeah.
going about 2 months.
Yep. And so what have you learned so far?
Oh gosh, you know, I'm just learning, personally, learning to loosen up. I mean, when you're doing tutorials, you're teaching. You know, you've got screenshots up. I use Camtasia too for that.
Wow.
You know, and you're moving around on screens and you're showing things to people, but learning to just loosen up.
Yeah.
And to smile and to just be real, to be authentic is the main thing that I'm learning. You know, it's just I'm a social introvert. You know, I am an introvert, but I like being around people,
Yeah, of
and
course. Yeah.
I like doing stuff. But then when I'm done being around people, it's time to go hide under my rock again.
Totally,
So
totally. Yeah, you're
yeah,
all peopled out. Yeah.
that's right. I'm people out. See you in a couple of days.
Yeah, you guys have been all great, but see ya.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
not me, it really is you guys at this point.
that's true.
Not
It's just
personal,
learning to
but
do that.
it's
Just
just the
learning to
way it
be more
is. Yeah.
real. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's been the biggest thing for me. You know, it's just I probably overshare a little bit on some of my videos, but I'm learning. I don't have a niche yet per se. You know, I'm still trying to feel it out and figure out where I'm at. And I decades of being employed and being on other people's schedule and having to do things I didn't really want to do, but it was necessary to stay employed. And now here I am, retired, and I've got this freedom, and now I'm trying to figure out who I am. You know, what do I like to do? What do I really enjoy doing? And so that part of it's been a real adventure for me. I'm really
Yeah.
enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is this Vicky? Did you say? Oh yes. Wow, look at this.
I know. Vicky, that is so awesome. Congratulations. That is cool.
That is off the chain. 5,000. I went from 77. So Vicky, do you talk about your retired path that you're on? Is that the kind of videos you make? You're the niche, just like you, Mike. You know, like the plan is the plan until it changes, right?
Yeah.
On our channels. Is that what that's really it? And that's what I love too about, like, our big channels like Rob and everyone just saying, like, don't spend 1 year, 2 years, etc. Like, just start. If you've been pondering it for such a long time, just start, because it evolves anyway. Like, what you think you're going to be making videos about 3 months after you start making videos is probably not what you thought you'd be making videos about.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
So Yeah, Vicky, that is awesome. Congratulations. I saw that growth, and that blew my mind because her and I were kind of neck and neck as far as subscribers go. You know, we were commenting back and forth a little bit, and then all of a sudden she pulled out this giant lead, and I'm like, wow, that is so cool.
She broke
So awesome.
away.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, so Vicky, tell us what video, why do you think that you just took off like that? That you must have, was it a video? Obviously, you've had a viral video or some viral videos. Please do share. Yeah, that's so amazing. And that's what Phil, What's Up Boomer, tells us too. Like he was saying last week that, and he said that on a previous live. And he's so good at repeating, telling us that this can be any of you. This will be one of you. Like you'll have a video that you just don't expect that will pop off. So just keep making your videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil is in the same area as me. He's in the Phoenix area. So we're trying to figure out a time to get together. Of course,
So
I'm sure
good.
he'll have his video stuff. I'll have my stuff. I'm going to record it.
Oh,
So,
definitely. You guys are going to be looking like crazy YouTuber kids.
oh, yeah.
That's what it's about. That's what it's, and you know what? That was the fun thing about being at Vid Summit too. Like you are in the room, like everyone's got their phones out, everyone's doing interviews, everything is okay. Like, if you don't have your phone out or doing some recording or something at some stage, you're definitely thinking, you're turning to your mate, I'm turning to Alison and she's turning to me and we're going, okay, right, we need to make a video. What should we make a video about? You know what I mean? Like just because it was all a bit manic and just sort of crazy. And then when me and Rhonda and Evie and Alison all met up in McKinney, we were just like taking videos and stuff like that. So it was just quite fun. Like we were like, okay, safety in numbers, safety in numbers, like four old girls, the golden girls, and people just don't care. People don't care. Do they really? Like it's kind of like we're used to seeing people taking videos. They could be taking videos for their family. They could be having a FaceTime chat with their family, whatever. So as long as we're not standing in the middle of the walkway or something like that, on a busy street.
Yes. Yeah. Even there, it could be kind of fun. In a busy street.
Definitely. Although I have seen those Instagram reels where people have been told off, like they've been in the middle of, let's say New York Street, like they're all excited and they're taking some photos or pictures or video or something, and they just get told off, of course, by people nearly running them down,
Yeah.
trying to,
yeah.
I mean, that's for the brave. You're brave if you're going to do that.
True.
Yeah. So have you, So have you done any vlogging or whatever we call it, or have you gone live or done anything like that sort of in public yet?
Me or
Yeah.
the channel?
Yeah, you, Mike.
I've not done anything public. I've been in public settings. I've been in a park, but
That's
not
good.
anybody around.
A park is
Yeah,
public.
not anybody around.
That's public though. That definitely is public. It's a public park.
It's where you kind of go and scope it out. And if there's nobody there, it's safe kind of a deal.
Totally. But you know what? That's a nice way to just dip your toes in the water, isn't it? Wow. Sat for 3 days.
Good video.
Wow.
That was a real good video. Yeah.
Yep. I'll go and look at your channel, Vicky.
It's a good channel.
So how long has Vicky been going for? About the same amount of time as you?
I think so. Maybe, yeah, probably about the same time. I don't know. Vicky, I don't know exactly when you started. I've been about probably 2.5 months now. Maybe 3. It's all a blur again.
Yeah, it's all a blur. Yeah. I mean, your title definitely, makes me feel something. Like, I recognize that's a thing. 13th of August. Okay. September, October. Wow, so good.
Yeah.
So good. So you're monetized. That must have been exciting, the moment that you realized that you'd monetized. speaking of monetization, I noticed that, have you noticed this, Mike, that now, like when we go in to look to see what our watch hours, how they're tracking, they're now is it like a week lagging behind now? And we're actually getting, did you notice that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. How long has that been there for? I just noticed it like yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't go look at analytics too much anymore, especially with a new channel. It gets kind of depressing.
It is
I,
depressing. Yeah,
I've
it
been
is
monetized on
actually.
my other channel for a couple of years, but I haven't been chasing monetization, and not even on that channel. It just kind of happened,
Mm,
and I make a little bit off of it, but not very much. But it's nice. I mean, it's a nice shot in the arm. But
yeah.
yeah, you never know. You could have a video sitting there that kind of just is on low simmer, on the back burner for who knows how long, and then all of a sudden, boom, it takes off. I've heard that so many times,
Yeah.
so, and that's what happened to Vicky, evidently.
Yeah. Amazing. And so, Vicky, have you had a YouTube channel before, or was that your first time like recording yourself and making videos, or have you been on social media? Hey, Mike. Mike, if you want to come on, we're just inviting anyone on if they want to come on. So Vicky, anyone's invited to come on, because we've got a safe little crew here. We don't have any randoms in our comments, so we can say that, like, if anyone wants to come on, I can get the link and pop it there. Come and say hi, even if you want to come and say hi for 5 minutes.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So Mike does quite a few lives. Yes, they haven't monetized me yet. It should come tomorrow. When you have a viral, it takes them days. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of mics in here.
A lot of
Can't have too many
mics.
mics.
You can never have too many mics. You can never have too many mics. And I was talking about your very cool mic. What did you say? That's a mic Rodecaster
No, it's a
or a
Rode
Rodecaster?
pod mic.
Oh,
It's
Rode
it's
pod mic.
yeah, it's the original pod mic. It's not USB. It's strictly XLR, and I do run it through my Rodecaster Duo. But yeah, I brought this out of retirement for the live stream today to kind of dust it off and see how it does.
Yeah.
So
Do you know
yeah,
what? All that Rodecaster thing. Is it called Rodecaster or Podcaster? The little machine thingy, the
it's a
interface.
Rodecaster. Yeah, it's a
Rodecaster.
Rodecaster.
Yeah, that kind of like that's quite sophisticated. But obviously, you've got that because of your software knowledge and is it Audacity that you obviously needed that for the.
Yeah, that little business that I was running there, when I was teaching, I needed to upgrade my equipment. So that's when I bought this. It was a while ago.
So tell us about. Did you say that you were teaching courses, or you've got courses on what do you call it when you're reading? You're reading your books, like when
Audiobook?
people audiobook. Did you say it's
Yes.
teaching people how to make an audiobook?
Yes. Yeah. It's teaching
Okay,
people how to record and edit an audiobook because there's pretty stringent requirements.
interesting. Can you tell us about
And
that?
yeah, not Audacity. Amazon, ACX, owns, they're the audiobook people, the big ones. And they have pretty stringent requirements. Your audiobook file has to meet certain criteria. And I teach how to do that. I taught how to do that. Not only how to record to make a good, clean recording, microphone technique, um, treating a room, treating your recording space, but also how to record and edit in the software. And then in post production, how to make it meet their requirements because they have some technical requirements. And if your audio doesn't meet those, it gets rejected. So that class that I taught how to do that. My other course was for podcasters. It taught how to make a podcast, record it, edit it, bring in music, produce it, that kind of stuff. And very enjoyable. Those were the two main classes that I taught. And like I said, I had to shut that down in 2024 for health issues. But I'm slowly thinking about bringing that back to life. I had, between the two platforms that I taught on, I had over 5,000 students. So, and I still get comments from them, how much they enjoyed it and Some of them are still in it, even though the software version's old. It's a couple of
Yeah.
years old now, but it's still, the principles still apply. But I want to update it. I want to go back through and update it and, kind of put it out there again, make it fresh. And yeah, that's kind of a goal of mine. I'm pretty slow at it, just because it isn't my first love anymore. This is what I want to do. So
Yeah.
I kind of have to really be intentional about getting back to doing that, because this kind of stuff I can just do. Hey, let's push
Yeah.
record and let's have some
I
fun,
know. I
you
know.
know?
Totally.
So yeah, the other's more like a job, and I'm retired. So
That's right. You're trying to stay retired.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I use Camtasia to record and edit my tutorials. I use Final Cut Pro now for my talking head videos that I'm doing. I'm learning Final Cut Pro. I'm pushing myself to learn that. It's amazing. Kevin Colby, I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
He's got his channel. He has a playlist on how to use Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro is only on a Mac, and his playlist was really thorough, really good. I went through that. I just devoured it. I think I watched all the videos in one day, and that's where I started learning Final Cut Pro. So I'm trying to use it more for talking head stuff, but you can't beat Camtasia when it comes to screencasting. If you've got something on your screen that you want to show somebody and you need to zoom in close, or you need to move around on the screen, it's so easy to use. So I use both now, which is good for me. It stretched me again, and it helps my mind stay sharp, and it helps me kind of
Definitely.
stay sharp in things. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a learning curve for
Yeah.
Final Cut Pro, but man, does that program, that's amazing.
Do you
It's an
know
amazing
what?
program.
I use Premiere Pro, and
Oh,
I'm with you, and I've got a MacBook Pro too, and I had a bit of a play around with Ecamm. I did the free trial, and I even did a paid sub, but I realized that it couldn't take multiple people. I didn't think on the live stream, because I was
oh yeah.
communicating with their contact center. So I was sort of going between, because I had quite a few problems with StreamYard. StreamYard just stopped letting me, like, this is 3 months ago, I had to make a new account, just stopped letting me go live from either a desktop or a laptop. And I could only do it from my phone. Just one day, it just wouldn't
Wow.
work. And I'm literally on these lives, and I've been doing lives for months. See you later, Coffee Walks. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, Coffee Walks. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I realized they couldn't do multiple, so I cancelled my paid month or something. But it was interesting to play around with, like, all, as you say, the scenes, just a different mindset, because straight away I thought, oh, my desktop's always a bit messy, because when I want to like access something quickly, I might just drop it onto my desktop. Usually it goes to downloads, of course, but then just with all my scenes there, I thought, oh, or I've got a picture behind. So I then had to like drop the picture off, and you know what I mean? I then had to live with my laptop just with a blank back screen, just because every time I was bringing Ecamm up to play with it, I just wanted to be able to, yeah, you
Do
know
you
what I
mean
mean?
when you say multiple,
Oh, just the
what do
scenes
you
or the
call?
little boxes. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
but I
scenes are
mean,
like
as
little
far as
boxes, aren't they?
they are, did you mean though when you said multiple? I don't remember the word you
Oh,
used.
yes,
Were you
multiple
talking about
people,
people?
guests, yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, you can have
Yeah.
multiple people.
Can
Absolutely.
they stream to their channels though? I
I don't
didn't
think they
think,
can do that.
no, they couldn't. That was it. Because all my people, like, you know what I mean? Like when we do the bigger group ones, most people are streaming. So that is what I asked them. Like, they were very good. Their contact center is very responsive, unlike StreamYard. Honestly, I feel like doing a video about StreamYard, because I'm not joking. I did like a new account when I thought, right, I'm just going to try a different email address, a different Google account and everything. Just try afresh to see if I can get it working again, going live on my laptop and desktop. And so I cancelled it like on day 2 or day 3, my trial, and they started charging me. So, charging $45 US a month.
Yeah.
And so I kept on going back and saying, no, I've already told you, like 2 days into my 7-day trial period, I didn't even hit the paid. because they take the token. This is what they do, some of these softwares, they take all your credit card details, and then it's like you've got to sweat about them not like starting to just bill you when you don't want to have the membership. So I've literally had to go to the bank and say to the bank, just pull the money back. And they're like, oh yeah, we're pulling that money back, because I'd just itemized on a big document, screenshotted all the communications I'd had with them. But their eCam said yes, they did have a package like that was like $200 a month for like obviously big corporations or something, you know what I mean?
Wow.
So I figured it out with StreamYard and just persevered and did another account. So then I was paying for 2 accounts at the same time. So StreamYard is a very cool software, but they've got crap customer service. They just have, they're just completely AI. You're just never going to be able to break through. Like you've got to choose one of their options, and then they just push you to the AI response. And that's not everyone's problem. That's not going to solve everyone's problem, is it?
Nope. Riverside's another option. I used Riverside for a while. Actually, I still have a Riverside account.
Yeah. Tell us about Riverside. What? Because I heard that Riverside. I just keep taking my socks on and off because it keeps on getting warm in here and then a bit cold. So I'm now putting my big fluffy socks back on. So I heard that Riverside was particularly good for podcasting. I thought that was their main strength, and I thought people talked about StreamYard being particularly good. So tell us about Riverside.
Yeah, I used it primarily for videos for a while. I didn't use it for live streaming, but yeah, it's got some really good tools in it. It's got some really good tools in it, and they will script it for you. They script everything that you say in your video, and so you have a transcript of it immediately. And yeah, it's got some good stuff in it too. I don't know price-wise how it compares with StreamYard, but it's an option too. So there's some good options out there.
Yeah, I know that Hayden Hillier-Smith. Have you heard of him? He was Logan Paul's editor, and I think he's called the Editors Podcast. He's quite fun to watch. So especially his earlier videos, and he was at Vid Summit and running some seminars. But he's like, his earlier ones, he was like definitely doing tutorials because he left working for Logan Paul, burnt out, mental health, all of that. Got this big, huge YouTuber who, records video by day, and then overnight Hayden's having to do his Harry Potter magic, you know what I mean, and get it all back and everything. So he just finally thought, yeah, I'm just going to go out on my own. So he's really helping to lift the profile of editors as well, because he talks about when the YouTubers get to, get all their awards, and there's lots of awards and things like that. And Hayden's like, well, actually, I think the editors are, underrated, underacknowledged.
Yes,
right?
There's a lot of work in editing. A lot
Yes.
of work.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Without good editing, your video isn't going to succeed,
No, I really have to take this opportunity to tell you this story. So with Vid Summit, so Daryl Eves, have you ever come across him on YouTube, Daryl Eves?
No, I haven't. I don't get out much.
No, I don't get out much either, but I'm sure, I'm just going to put his name in here just so you can see his spelling, because it's quite sort of unusual spelling. It sounds like I'm saying Daryl with my New Zealand accent, but I really am saying Daryl. But he's kind of like, I want to sort of say he's a bit of one of the godfathers or grandfathers of YouTube. So you've got Sean Cannell, who's been around since he was a pimply teenager almost. Daryl Eves, so Daryl Eves runs Vid Summit. And one of the things that Daryl kept on saying, like when he was, pumping Vid Summit, is it's about being in the room with the people. And do you know what? In all honesty, I thought to myself last night, I'm actually going to make a video about how Vid Summit is a networking event, and it's got some seminars. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, like young fella Elijah, who came on my live the other day with all the other Vid Summiters, he pretty much said 90%. He was like, this is the lingo. I was in the hallways. They talk about being in the hallways. And when you're in the Irvine Convention Center, okay, I guess they're hallways. You know what I mean? They look more like freeways, these hallways, but you get the concept. But so many people, his third year in, and he was spending most of the time, like, that's it. Where else are you going to get more than 1,000 YouTubers. I don't know how many people were there, but I don't know. There's got to have been like a couple of thousand or whatever, thousands of people, but all in the one building, all wanting to talk about YouTube, like your favorite subject or one of your favorite subjects. But anyway, so Daryl, when he was like putting out his emails and just sort of pumping it and everything, he was saying, come, it's who you're in the room with, just all that stuff that we've known before when we've gone to work, networking stuff. You never know who you're going to meet and what change that is going to have on your life and your YouTube journey. So when Brooke from Sea Queen was talking about, she was like, because he goes, go to breakfast at your hotel, go to breakfasts, go to dinners. Like if you're actually at your hotel, make sure you don't just sit in your room and have your supermarket breakfast that feels good to you because you know this is good, clean food and you can regulate your body, you know what I mean, by having your normal breakfast. Let's just keep something normal while you're at Vid Summit. He'd like, go to the breakfasts because, you know, everyone's going to be there because he had to deal with like, let's say 6 of the accommodations that were in like, you know, stone's throw from the convention center. So Brooke talks about, she just said, you know, that she was just really struggling, thinking, oh, should I actually go to this breakfast thing? Like people are saying, like, you know, that, oh, we should go to the breakfast. So she forced herself to go to breakfast. Then she's like, saw a bit of a group and they looked like they were Vid Summit people. And she's like, oh, there's 3 people there. Do I want to go and sit with them? So she forced herself because she was with she had a friend there. She had a friend and her friend was like super extroverted. And that is Wyoming Jeepers. That is Melissa. So Melissa's like, she's really good at pushing you out of your comfort zone. So Brooke was hanging with Melissa. But anyway, so she went and sat down. First thing she said was there were 3 really cute guys. So she really liked that. So she's like, bonus, this is worth getting out of bed for. So she's like, yay, like there's no other girls here and there's 3 cute guys winning already. You know, the day's starting good. But she said one of them, so she is in commercial fishing. So right now she has just shifted to Peru. So she's always in all these exotic places, right? Just she's on boats. She's working hard. And so I think she's nearly 500. She's in her 400s on her subs, but she's been going for a while. But one of them happened to be a commercial fishing editor. So she gets talking with this guy, Branko. She was so excited because she's been looking to outsource her editing. She hates editing. Oh. Next thing, they're having a conversation. Next thing, he's edited this video. Her and I, after our live, we were just like chatting on DMs on Instagram. And I'm going, oh, okay, so you said you've gone to this editor. I said, oh, what was the video? Flick me the video. She sent me the video and wow, this video. She's paid him. So she's just like, I feel a change in the air. Now, we're not all in a position, like I'm not in a position to pay some US dollars right now for like an editor who's good at his editing. But when I looked at her video, I'm like, girl, this is so pro. You look like you're 100,000 subscriber channel video. Like this is just, she's like, I know, right? So she's going to be using him. But anyway, she also then just said, hey, look, it could just be worth a conversation because you never know whether you want to, you know, use him 1 in 10 videos or sometime in the future. But she said he's always up for having conversations with people. Yeah. And he talks strategy and stuff. So do you know what I mean? This is it. We know, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Do you do all of your own editing?
I do. Do you?
Yes, I do all of my own editing.
Yeah.
Which is another reason, like we talked about earlier, you know, you do a live stream and as soon as you're done, as soon as you click finish on this live stream, it's out there. It's an on-demand video and you didn't edit it. I didn't edit it. It's just live. That's the beauty of live. You know, things happen in a live that you can't control. It's live. But,
it's live. It's live.
You know, you leave those out there. And
you know what? You leave them out there. And honestly, talking about like, and so this is something too that Rob says too, right? He just says that people, if you want to get more comfortable in front of the camera when you're making your own longer form videos or short form, he said, go live because it just forces you like, I don't know, you can't be stiff for an hour or half an hour or something. And when you're having a conversation with someone and you're chatting with people, you actually are just you. I would challenge anyone to try to not be themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, on a live stream when you're interacting with people.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Do,
Do
yeah.
you, actually for you or anyone in the chat, I guess, do you, where do you, what do you feel about telling family and friends about your YouTube channel? People that maybe aren't on YouTube. Do you do that, or do you recommend that, or do you recommend not doing that?
Do you
I'm
know
just
what?
curious.
Yeah, I had a perfume channel before this one for a couple of years, like perfume review channel. And I remember, like, I definitely told my family, because when, like, if I'm that kind of person anyway, like if you ask me something, I'm just going to tell you. So when the family, and I was so busy with it, you're so busy with it. How do you, it's a difficult thing if you're an open type of person. This is what I think. When you see your family and they're like, what have you been up to? They'll go like, same old, same old. And I go, yeah, but I'm so, like, you want to tell them because you're proud. I was proud of the fact that I'm learning editing. I'm actually taking a bold step to have a YouTube channel, like this is what no one in my family is doing that. So I did tell people. And so my nieces, I think, jumped on, my little young nieces, and watched a little bit. So I told them back then, but I don't talk about it in a way that they don't know the name of my YouTube channel. And the reason why I don't want to talk about it much to family is because I don't want them, I don't need one more person watching 10 seconds of my video and ditching out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
That's it. Like, I know it's only one person, but when we look at, like, I look at my, retention or average view watch time and things like that, like people just, and that's all learning and stuff like that. Even though I never looked at that for such a long time, because I thought I'll never make a video again if I just thought that everyone is pitching out after 10 or 15 seconds, right? Like, you have to find a way. So I tend to not tell people. What about you?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I tend to not. Sometimes it sneaks out,
I know. I
and
know exactly
someone
what
will
you're
hear it,
saying.
and I kind of cringe when that happens.
I
Because
know.
people that aren't on YouTube don't understand YouTube. It seems to me. I think that there's an impression that YouTube is for young kids or gamers, which by the way, I'm a gamer. And for live streaming games and that kind of thing. And when you tell them as a 70-year-old adult, by the way, look at my hat. It took me 70 years to look this good.
That's it.
I
Hey,
turned seven. I turned
and to
70 last
sound
summer.
this good, Actually, you were sounding this good since 2019, weren't you?
I doubt it. No. Have you ever watched that show, Antique Roadshow?
Yes,
It, I don't know if it's
yes,
just here in the U.S., but
definitely,
Antique
definitely. It's
Roadshow,
amazing. It's
where they're,
amazing. Yeah,
yeah, where they're, someone will come up with some antique thing and say,
yeah.
how
They'll
do you
just go,
appraise this?
hmm.
Yeah, and there's always people in the background. Have you noticed that? They're always looming in the background. They're always
They
like
are. Yeah, they're doing
trying
like
to
it.
trying to
They're
see,
doing like the semicircle around, and they're just kind of
yeah, like what's going on? They look shocked. That was
background
me.
humans. Yeah, they're
That
background
was me when I
humaning.
started doing. That was me when I started doing video. Back in my tutorial when I first started in 2019, as soon as I hit record, I was like, what do I say? What do I do? And I'd shut it off and I'd restart it, and that same thing. I shut it off and restart it. It's no
I know.
confidence,
I know.
no ability to, you know, fake myself out and think, well, that
I
isn't a
know.
camera that I'm looking at. That's my friend.
I know
And
exactly. I've never
this
done
is,
that. I've never done a photo of a friend or anything like that.
yeah,
Stuck a
I didn't
photo of a
start,
friend, or no.
I was the most unconfident and probably incompetent person when I first started recording videos back when, because like I said earlier, I never thought I'd do that in a million years. I never, ever, it didn't dawn on me that I would do that. A friend, in 2019, a friend told me as I was showing her some stuff with Audacity, that software, she goes, Doc, you got to teach this. They used to call me Doc. It was short for web doctor. She goes, you got to start teaching this. And I never forgot that. It's kind of stuck with me. And so that's why I started eventually. Let's try teaching it. And quite honestly, I was horrible. I was horrible at it, at first, but you got to do it. You got to jump in and do it. And it becomes a passion. And then you get better at it. So
Do you
I
know
don't know.
what?
I don't know how we even got on
Most
that
of us are
topic.
horrible. Oh, just because we're talking about Yeah, we're just talking about YouTubing. I mean, it is like starting, but yeah, as Mike says, the going live really helps, and
Yes.
everyone, I think most of us actually, I won't say everyone because maybe there's some people, you know, who have done like maybe some social media before, or they've done like, let's say Marv. I've got a friend, Marv, who's on telly in the UK. She's like a
Oh, yeah.
journalist, news presenter person. Do you know Marv?
I don't think so.
No, I think she's like Life with Marv or something. But you know, like she talked about being horrible on her YouTube channel, and we're just like, we don't even know what you're talking about because you know she's an extremely and she MCs a lot of award events. She's just literally won an award like Brummer of the Year. Like, you know, I think she lives in, is it Birmingham? Do you know that they call people from Birmingham Brummers?
No, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So
Oh,
she's
oh, because of
literally,
Alabama. Alabama, yeah.
oh, I don't know, but Birmingham Brummers. She, you know, and so, but she's just won some like female Brummer of the Year or Brummer of the Year or something. I mean, but she literally, I kid you not, she just talked about, oh God, even on her video, she's like, hey, I'm just starting a YouTube channel, and oh look, I just this is horrible, and you know, I'm so nervous and all these things. And okay, she would have felt like that. I believe her, but she obviously didn't come across like that. But yeah, I think most people were awkward because it's completely unnatural. My biggest fear is I'm a bad reader. I don't like to read in front of people. You like going live, is meeting with new people. Yeah, I don't like to read in front of people. That's interesting. To read in front of people. When do you need to read in front of people, Mike?
Maybe he's using a teleprompter.
Read in front of people. Oh, read in front of people you like. Going live. Maybe going live and meeting with new people. Maybe. But yeah, man, Rob was a pro, man. Like that was next level. Him going and just sitting. He's like, okay. And I could tell he was a little bit nervous because now he's got like an audience watching him, you know, trying to make a video and stop starting. Like we're literally just going, okay, we're just watching history here. Like literally. Oh, here we go.
That's good.
Trying to say their names. I see the letters backwards. It messed it up every time.
Oh, okay.
Do you mean, Mike, when you are watching the comments, when you are live and the comments are coming up? Is that what you mean? Because trying to read their questions and understanding. Right. Do you mean when you're going live and the comments are coming up? Actually,
That could be a challenge.
Mike was cycling home from fishing one day and he was still live and we're all commenting in there. So that's what comes to mind. He was on his bike and then he's like cycling up to his house and then he goes, okay, and into his garage. And he's like, I've just realized I've cycled up to my house and people have probably seen maybe my street or my address. He goes, but actually I've got, what do you call it? I've got, I don't know, a police officer living next door. He called it like I don't know, whatever the name is, like law enforcement person living next door. Yeah, when you go live. And do you know what, Mike? All I would say to that is, if you haven't already, and you may well have, just tell people, just say to people, hey, you know, this is my struggle. Is it dyslexia, or I'm not sure what it's called, but just say to people, I'm going to do my best. And guess what? All your friends, all your regular people will come to know that. So, yeah, I know about the cycling. Oh, so good. And then I'm literally put in the comments like, wow, you live in a fancy street and stuff. Because, you know, I think he's lived in this quite new street with these quite big houses and things. Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly. It's me, like it or not. Yeah, definitely. Just if you tell people, we know that. And you've got a safe crew. You've got a safe
So
crew.
Mike, I think I've seen Mike on Rob's channel and on Brooke's channel, right?
Yeah, yeah. Mike's everywhere.
He's the electrician, right? Yeah.
Or is it construction?
I don't know.
He could be both of those things.
Yeah, true.
I think I might have heard him once maybe mention construction. Yes. Are you an electrician in construction? Come on. Both of us for the W, Mike. Come on. I believe in us.
That's right.
Oh, electrician. Come on. What about the construction bit? Work with me, Mike. Adventure Sparks. I'm pretty sure I
Well,
heard
if you're an electrician,
construction.
I guess if you're an electrician, there's a bit of construction you need to
You
do,
are. You're
right?
constructing electrical things.
That's right. You got to mount that panel.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yes, I'm sure. I even remember the time. I think you were in your garage. Yes, construction. Yeah, see, there we go. We're paying attention, Mike. We're paying attention. Yeah. So, what else is going on? What else have you been thinking about with your channel, Mike? Because do you know what I sense in the air at the moment? I've heard quite a few people talking about doing little change ups on their channel. They're just sort of in a little bit of a, oh, I've been doing this, and at the moment I'm just sort of thinking about doing something different. Have you had any, thoughts this week about just different types of videos you're going to make? Obviously, you've done your live. You've gone live by
Yes,
yourself with Prism. You've gone live on a new, so you've done, that's a double whammy with a new
yeah,
app that you've never used before.
exactly. So I've gone live with Ecamm and I've gone live with Prism. So yeah, I thought about, I haven't been doing this channel very long and I'm already thinking about maybe retitling it. I don't know. I have one video that I think I titled it something like "Slowing Down is My New Superpower,"
Ah,
and
yes.
it's had the most views. Not a lot of views, but it's
Yes,
had
I've
the
got
most
that
views on
saved.
my channel.
Yeah.
Oh wow, thank you.
Yeah.
It's got the most views on my channel so far, and so I'm looking at that and kind of considering, well, maybe I kind of slide in this direction a little bit more. I don't even know what that means, but maybe I don't just talk about retirement, in which case maybe I change the name of my channel at some point to be to be a little bit broader. And I don't know, I don't know.
That's pretty broad though. That is you, and that is, you are retired. And to be honest, I'm shocked that Mike in retirement was even available as a handle.
I am too. I am too. I looked for
Honestly,
channel names, with retirement and my name in them. I looked for that nonstop and everything was taken. And then I stumbled on this and I thought, what? All of a
I
sudden I sat
know,
up and looked at the
I
computer and I
know,
thought,
I know.
it's got the green check mark.
Yeah, I
Yes,
know.
that's
I
it.
know. Do you know what? I have to say too, that is so exciting, isn't it? That you sit there and you're like, and then you're like sitting back and you're like, okay, it's all bad, bad,
Yeah.
bad. And then as you say, you sit up. But even when I saw my YouTube over 40, because that's a bit of like a little bit of well-known lexicon. People talk about, oh,
Yes.
YouTube over 40, So I remember when I was like looking some things up, and then when I saw that and I saw the green check mark, I'm like, wow, wow. And then I thought, is it not taken because it's not good? You know what I mean? I had a quick little second. You do. You kind of go, wait, is that a crap name? Is that why everyone, like, no one's thought of it? But then you just go, no, 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 slap yourself on the face and you just keep going. But that is definitely a moment where you sit up and you lean forward to the computer and you go, it's a light bulb. It's a little bit of excitement, isn't it? But
Yes,
I'm
it is.
shocked.
It
Yeah,
wakes you up. And that's
it
a great
wakes
channel
you
name that you
up.
have.
Thanks. It's a great channel name that you have too. I've had one person actually say to me like, "Oh wow, good on you for getting that channel name." And then
Yeah.
every time I hear Rob talk about like, "Oh, I think it's really good for people to have their names and their channel names," and I agree with that. And I get it for him because I think he solidly answered comments up until about 80 something K. Like, is he on 83K or something subs now? But at least 80K, 81K, maybe 82. And he just said, I'm not going to be able to keep on doing it. But I can see how that was handy for him. So I think a little bit of self-interest there, Mr. Rob the Maritimer. Because he loved it. He loved being able to go back and be personal to the person. So these are all the things
Absolutely.
that we're always thinking of as YouTubers, like, who's saying what is their context, where are they coming from? But you can't go wrong with your name and your channel, sure, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, great name. And Mike's Adventure Sparks.
That's a great name.
That's a great name, especially when you know that you're a Sparky. Maybe you need to talk about being a Sparky more. Do you guys say Sparky in America?
Some people do.
Okay, yeah, that's a real New Zealander thing. He's a Sparky. He's a chippy, if you're a builder. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a great name.
it's a great name. And Simply Debbie Sue, there we go. Debbie Sue is her niche at Simply Debbie Sue.
Yep.
Yeah. So yes, we're called Sparkies. Yeah. So yeah, for me, so I've done a big like I did those 2 free channel reviews. I'm not going to devalue them by talking about them being free, of course. I was just lucky that they were free. But yeah, so I've made quite a few changes, and I put a post up in school last night about it. But
Yeah.
I've made a lot of changes, but just that whole really, like if I'm called YouTubeOver40 and I'm talking about encouraging people. So here's the one thing I don't do, and this is why I've struggled with coming up with ideas, because I want to stay in my lane, and I want to talk about the things that I've got experience of, which I think is underrated, I think, because I see so many YouTube channels starting, and you've got the YouTubers with 100, 500, subscribers talking about how to go viral on YouTube, how to make thumbnails that are going to just, get the click for you. All of these types of topics that, to me, those topics are in the domain of people who've had that experience, and you've got the runs on the board, So I have struggled with coming up with ideas, because I'm definitely just about encouraging people to start YouTube, camera confidence, camera presence, and just things that are in my lane. But so when I try and like come up with ideas, and I go to use AI for ideation, it just brings up all the things that the big YouTubers talk about. But now I've kind of like worked out what my pillars are. I've thought about them again. I thought, look, I've got quite a bit of tech, a bit of audio. I've looked up videos before about how to plug them all in. How do you make your Shure mic work, without buying the Roadcaster, and all of these
Right.
sorts of things, right?
Right.
So I don't have is it called SMB7 or something? The fancy one that you have to have the
Yeah.
Roadcaster with
SM7B.
SM7B, yeah. So I've just got the, what do you call it? MV7 Plus.
Yes, that's a good
Yeah,
mic. That's a
that
really
you
good
can,
mic.
that you can just plug in to
That's
your,
XLR and USB, right?
yeah. So for example, I have got, it's my whiteboard there. So yeah, and I loved getting the white one. I was so excited for the white one, and they did the special white one.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a cool one. The white's nice. And even my SM58, which I use an interface with.
Yes.
So, part of my channel review, like my people just said, hey, like the things that you've looked up videos about, make videos about that, but make them exactly the way. So instead of me looking up 5 videos to work out how to plug this puppy in, because this absolutely needs an interface, and all the conversations I had with the company that sold me the interface thing and blah, 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 they're like, actually make a video where you're actually showing all the plugin, the settings that you're using. I use 6 on this bit, and I put it to 6 on that. So that's been fun to be working out what I can actually make videos about.
Yeah, there's nothing better than simple. I mean, simple is good. Like I said earlier, I brought this beast out of retirement, and trying to use it again. And those Shure SM7B that you mentioned, I just sold 2 of those. I had 2 of
So
those from my business, and I sold them on eBay.
yeah,
And
I bet you got some good coin.
yeah, I got some decent coin out of it, but I just didn't need them anymore. I didn't want them
No,
anymore. And they're just
no,
sitting around collecting dust. And
totally.
yeah, a USB mic is fine. I mean, I have the little lapel mic thingy, the DJI mic that I normally use.
Yeah.
It plugs right into my phone, or it plugs into my laptop, whichever I'm doing, my MacBook. But it's so simple. There's there's
This
there's zero setup, you know?
with this one here, this is stunning. This sound is stunning. Like this mic,
Is it? Oh,
it's
thank you.
great. Yeah, I mean, this is not a simple setup, as you say. You're using your Roadcaster for that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to know how to do that, and you've got to own one of these. Like, I think they cost $1,000. So what, 500 US or something like that? Do they? Or they may be cheaper in the
Well, I
US.
bought this several years ago when it first came out. I think it was like $300 or something,
Oh yeah,
or
the
350.
Roadcaster.
The Roadcaster, yeah.
Yeah.
This microphone's $100. It's
Yeah.
not a high dollar mic, so
No, it's good
but
sound.
still, but still, it's all about, for me, it's all about simple.
Yeah.
If I've got my phone and I've got my little DJI mic, that's all I need. When the moment hits, and the moment hits at weird times for me. So I have my notes app on this phone, and when I get a video idea, sometimes in the middle of the night, I'll unlock my phone, and I've got a list, probably close to 100 items right now of video topics. I'll say this might be good, and I'll write it down before I forget it. And I've done a few of the videos on my channel are from that list, and I've got more to do. But the creativity hits at weird times.
Yeah.
It's a very strange time, so you have to be ready.
You do have
And
to be ready.
if I'm in a position like the other day when I did that live in my backyard, um, if I'm in a position where I can just do it, the idea hit. It was beautiful outside. I thought I'm going to go out there, grab my phone. I had my DJI mic, hook it up. Took 5 minutes maybe. Put it in the tripod and press record, and away we go. And I don't want to be hindered by technology. I
No,
want to keep it simple enough to make it impromptu, I guess. It's a good way to put it.
totally. Here's a good question from Sparky Mike. Do you have to change any settings on the iPhone, or is it just plug in? So what actual
No,
DJI mic do you have? Because there's a
I have
couple, isn't there?
there's the Mini, there's the DJI Mic 2. I
Yeah,
have the
I've got
DJI
the
Mic
Osmo
3.
Pocket 3. Is that DJI 2?
This is, yeah, it might be. I have the DJI 3. Let me put that up there for you. It's really tiny. It's got it's got a clip or a magnetic thing, and I normally just put it right here. But Mike, to answer your question, here's the receiver. Get this. Where's my camera? There it is. This is the receiver for that mic, and all I do is I plug this into my phone, boom, and there's no setup on my phone. I can set this up, which I have. When I'm outside, I can set it up for outdoors, which has more of a noise reduction, gets rid of background noise better. If I'm indoors, I can have an indoor setting for it. But that's all the setup. And, it programs, I program it ahead of time. There's a DJI app that you can program it in, and there's no setup on your phone. Your phone recognizes it right away, and it's a USB-C connection, so it plugs right into my iPhone 16, and
Mm.
it works beautifully. I mean, when I went back and listened to the audio on that live that I did the other day with Prism, this is the setup that I used, and the audio sounds good. There was a guy 2 doors away from me or 3 doors away from me with a grinder. It sounded like he had a metal grinder out there,
Oh, yep.
and I could hear it while I was talking, but on the playback, I don't think I heard it at all because of the noise
Amazing.
cancellation. And it's so easy to use, it's so quick. So
Do you know what though? So I've got the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So
ooh,
so that mic actually doesn't work with the phone. I remember when I was outside, I went somewhere.
oh
Actually, I was like on a work thing, and I was a couple of hours away from home, and I thought, great, after this work thing, I'm going to quickly pop to a fun park and just find a quiet spot and record a video, because I had a video that I'd been thinking about. And I was so trying to get the good audio that I think I spent like 45 minutes, and then it got a bit later, and then the lights going. And then I just did the thing with my phone, which was fine. But I was
yeah,
really, really trying to look up stuff. I was looking up videos. So the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, I think that's called DJI 2, I think, that mic.
yes,
But I don't, that's really hard to get working. Like I did all the things. I downloaded the app that they wanted, and I did all these things with the settings. I was faffing around. Friction. As you say, when things are hard, it just stops you from making content, doesn't it? And it just puts the focus in the wrong place. I don't know. That's a sign. Next time I spend more than 5 minutes doing that, I need to
yeah,
just go, hang on a second. I've spent more than 5 minutes doing this. I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to make a video like this, just using if that's all I've got when I'm
yeah,
somewhere, because you never know if that video has got something valuable and useful for people. And, it's something that it might be a video that people enjoy in all its imperfection, but the message, the content might be good. You know what I mean? So that's a learning for me, like 5 minutes maximum. If I start going down into that place,
Yeah, the DJI Mic 3, it's a little bit pricey, but what I did is I used some of the money from selling my SM7Bs.
Of course, yeah.
So it wasn't really out of pocket, even though it was
No?
out of pocket.
Well, that's what you
So
told your wife anyway.
yeah, exactly.
It's true. It's true. And I told my wife that. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what? It's like, yeah, it's like my husband says, he's like, you know, if something happens to me, he goes, don't tell my, I don't know, don't tell my wife or something. There's some little joke. He goes, some of my lenses are not for like charity shops or whatever. Like you definitely like put those on eBay or something. But yeah. That's so nice. Mike saying he's going to check your channel out.
Yeah,
Hey,
thank you, Mike. I
Mel.
really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I purchased a cheap offer off Amazon that looks the same, but it's not working.
Oh no.
Oh, look into a DJI. Yeah. What mic did you get?
I think there's at least 3 DJIs, Mike. There's
There
the
is.
DJI mic. There's the DJI Mic 2.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit bigger, form factor.
Yeah.
And then the Mic 3. So I think the Mic 3 is, that's what I've got, but it's more pricey. So
yeah.
you may not want to go there. The Mic 2, I've heard great things about. I think Rob uses the Mic 2.
Yes.
I think he does. And there's also, hold on a minute.
Okay, I found my little package.
So there's also this package right here, this little unit. This is the Rode Wireless Go 2, which I've had for years. This is a good mic. And I don't know how much they are now. I've had this for quite a while.
They're pricey. They're pricey.
What I did with this one is I was able to put it in this plastic mic holder thing.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Where did you get that from?
Amazon. I did one video on my porch using this when I was talking about my mom. I did a quick video about my mom. And I was sitting on a porch with this, kind of interviewing myself. Second interview mic with the Wireless Go 2. And no, I'm not sponsored by Rode. But this is a good product too.
But you're open to offers?
Yeah, I am. Rode?
Yeah.
Are you listening?
Yeah. I mean, look at all this. Look at this tech. You're packing some tech over there, Mike.
I'm thinking about starting a playlist on my channel called Tech Tuesday.
Definitely.
But I don't want it to take away from Taco Tuesday, so.
So do you have Taco Tuesday?
A little bit of weird humor.
But do you have Taco Tuesday, or is Taco Tuesday a thing and you're in Arizona?
It's kind of a cultural thing, yeah. Yeah, Taco Tuesday, especially down here in the Southwest. Taco Tuesday is kind of a...
I don't know. What about Tech Talk with Tacos on Tuesday? I don't know.
Oh, there you go. I could munch on a crispy taco
Tuesday Tech Talk.
The 4 T's. So yeah, Mike, this is an option too. If you want to do it, this is the transmitter. You can record it in the transmitter, or there's a jack on it to put a lapel mic if you want to do that, which I have that too. But I just like holding this. I think it's kind of cool.
It's fun.
Like I'm important,
Do you know what? Do feel like you're important. You feel like you're that kid when you wanted to be on the news and you'd, like role play, like being on the news, like on the telly and stuff, right? You're that kid again.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
This is the receiver, Mike. So, if you want to, you can put this into your iPhone, your camera, your computer or whatever. Or when I use this, I just record right here. And then when I airdrop my video into my computer, I just sync up the audio from this to the audio from that. And then I silence the audio on my video and just use this audio. Works out great. So anyway, just another option.
Yeah, but where's that little plastic handle that you got, and how did you get it to go onto your mic?
This is actually made for the mic.
Oh, got it.
Pop that off of there.
Got it. But so the little pop filter thingy, did you buy that as part of the kit as well? Like that's just part of the range?
I think it came with this handle. And this is
that's good fun.
Handle.
I wonder if that's what Steve Brocky uses. I think he might use that because he's got some kind of, and of course that's how it looks cordless, wireless as well.
Yes.
So I've often wondered how he could sit there with it looking wireless. So I think he looks like exactly that setup.
Maybe if I end up doing a live with Phil, like we talked about or not a live, might be a live, but at least a video with Phil. Maybe I'll take this and kind of stick it in his face and say, "What do you think, Phil?" And kind of do the news announcer kind of a deal. Who knows?
Definitely. Do you know what? So this is the one that I've got. This one here. So this is my Osmo Pocket 3. I think it's the DJI. I don't know what it is, but this does not link up with the phone. This is what I was trying to get to link up when I watched videos about it. And they're a little bit disingenuous, to be honest, because I watched a few videos and it was just so hard. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to fight. Well, I did actually. I did fight for about at least half an hour until, I vowed to never fight for half an hour again. But it just shows as well. I don't know. And it's a bit of procrastinating as well. Maybe it was subconsciously me procrastinating and being, I don't know. Do you get that sometimes when you go to make a video and then you're like, okay, I'm all set up. And then you're like, okay, I don't know. Then you just get like the nerves and stuff. You know what I mean? It takes a while to be like, okay, well, I'm all set up now, ready to go. Yeah. And you're just not going. Yeah. And it just, you get weirded out. You get weirded out before you even start.
It gets frustrating for me, when technology gets me all tied up in knots like that.
I know.
If I can't do it and it isn't simple, sometimes I just don't do it. I walk away.
I know. And on that note too, Reva Reveal, so she's got the Osmo Pocket 3 and she most of the time uses her phone. And she'll just say that. She'll say, I use it because honestly, I can then just go straight, airdrop, all of that. And, you've just got to use the micro US, I don't know, whatever it's called, the chip or whatever, what is it? Micro US.
USB-C,
what do they call the little microchip thing that you've got to put in?
Oh, for the memory card?
The memory card, yeah. The little tiny, the micro one, little memory card.
Yeah, a little micro SD.
Micro SD, that's it, yeah. So there's all of that and then going there and then downloading and there's just a bit of friction, eh?
It is. And I want easy. I want to be able to just do it easy. Otherwise, I get discouraged. Being the introvert that I am, if I'm up against too much of a wall, the wall kind of wins sometimes. And, I'll think, I don't want to do this right now. So I had an opportunity to do a video and I didn't, so I want it to be easy. And I made it that way on purpose because, I want to do videos and I want to just walk into it.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to fight to get into it.
No, and it's interesting too what you're saying about being introverted, because I noticed that when we had a couple of more extroverted people on last week when they came on, because introverts really, this is what I think, and you can tell me if this is right or not, but I think that introverts, they wait for what they think is a time when people aren't talking. They're polite,
Yes.
I'm not saying that our extroverts were impolite. They absolutely weren't. But I know for me that I can be jumping in too much, like, you know what I mean? Like I just need to be mindful of manners, because if we're a bunch of extroverts, we're all talking over each other and that's the name of the game. But when you're just with like normal people and you're in a mix of people, you need, an extrovert needs to be quite mindful. But I definitely noticed that when our extroverts came on and then we were all engaging with the chat, that you were a bit more quieter because there weren't really many gaps. Extroverts don't leave much of a gap, do we?
Yeah, that's true. Well, even like on this, today on this channel, just the two of us, I want to be really sensitive. I don't want to hijack your channel. I don't want to hijack your video, and so just making sure that there's a conversation. And as an introvert, I typically don't have a problem with that. If anything, I don't speak enough usually. But when you get me going, if it's something I'm passionate about, it's hard to stop.
Yeah. Oh, look, honestly, for me, like I'm just loving chatting with you because I love having been in conversations about YouTube. I just love it. Like this is just the best part of my day today, It just really feels like, so when we were at Vid Summit and I stayed with Alison and we just talked about YouTube all the time. It was so good. Can you imagine like staying with a friend and you're going to Vid Summit together and you're both YouTubers and you're both at the same place in your channels and learning and everything? Like literally we were just going to bed super, super crazy late at night, staying up in the kitchen talking, and Alison's husband would be getting up and be like, oh, you guys still awake? Are you guys getting up at this time in the morning? Because we're still nattering away. But it's just constantly. So this is seriously I love being in conversations with people who love talking about YouTube. So this is just perfection for me. Like I just love it. And I would, if you're up for it, we can do a regular thing. We can chat about whether we just want to make this.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and if you're in town and I'm in town, I'm mostly in town and whatever. And if this slot works, we can just keep doing this slot or whatever and just chat about YouTube during the week and all that stuff. Like I just love this. So never worry that you're hijacking, because with an extrovert, like good luck talking at least 50% of the time, like so there's no hijacking at all. It's like it's the other way around. I'm just thinking that I need to make sure that that you have an opportunity to talk. Mike, she ordered the Holy Land for her birthday. She doesn't like it and is sending it back.
No.
Who was that? Hard to turn off. She ordered the Holy Land. Oh, who did we talk about having a Holy Land? Oh, okay. Was that Paula? Maybe it's Paula. I think she got a Holy Land, and it was her birthday recently, wasn't it? Oh yes, Paula.
She is Paula.
Oh no, she doesn't like it. Why doesn't she like it? Is Holy Land good? You don't have a Holy Land, do you, Mike?
No, but I've heard good things about it. I almost bought one.
Hard to turn off sometimes. That's annoying.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that you can even return it. Like, what would you say? It's not working very well, I guess. Is that what you can do with Amazon? I don't really buy much off Amazon.
Yeah.
Do you return it if it doesn't work and you don't like it?
They have a pretty good return policy. I've returned some things, or I just don't like it, or it doesn't do what I thought it would do.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem returning anything.
Yeah.
That's drag. It's hard to turn off. That could be, depending on where you're at in a moment, that could be a real problem.
The YouTube chatting, it's hard to turn off. Oh, I'm not quite sure what that means, Mel. Oh, do you mean it's hard to end a live stream? Like, because you've got to end it a couple of times sometimes? Or are we talking about the Holy Land? She knew it wouldn't work as soon as she opened it. Oh, no.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's a drag.
That's a drag. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, the YouTube chatting. Yeah. Me and Alison talking all night. I know. And actually, because Mel and Catherine and I, we all live in the North Island in New Zealand, we're all we're sort of emailing at the moment and planning a bit of a meetup, which is pretty cool. So it's exciting that you and Phil, you guys are planning to meet up.
Yeah. I mean, he still works, so I'm kind of waiting to hear about his schedule.
Waiting for an opening.
Yeah, that's right. Then I'll pounce. And,
yeah, exactly. You're available. Yeah. When are you available? I'm available. Yeah.
Maybe meet up at a coffee shop or something and pull out the iPhones and go for it.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the other thing too, if you guys ever wanted to do that and get sort of quite brave as well, is that, you can really put your feelers out if you wanted to, maybe not the first time that you meet up, because how far away from each other, drive-wise, let's say from the suburb, he's in the suburb you're in, are you guys an hour away from each other, half an hour away, more?
Yeah, we're probably probably a little more than an hour away, but we're going to meet in the middle. We're going to meet at a coffee shop or something in the middle. So, probably 45-minute drive for both of us, which isn't bad.
It's not bad.
We'll find a nice area to meet in.
Yeah. And, and if you guys wanted to, another time, you could actually do that kind of meetup thing where you could put your feelers out to your communities, to your audiences, and just say anyone else in Arizona that wants to actually meet up at a coffee shop. Because I see Colin and Samir. Do you watch much of them? Have you heard of Colin and Samir?
I don't know if I have or not. What's the name of their channel? Do you know?
Okay, so I think it might be, if you look up Colin and Samir, you'll see their channel, but I think they created something. But they talk about YouTube, and they're kind of I want to say they're kind of like Diary of a CEO, in that they Actually, no, they're not like Dario Vasia, obviously. He just interviews people on all ranges of topics. But Colin and Samir specifically talk about YouTube. Like John Uche, he's another one too. So if you look them up, you'll see their channel. They're big. Yeah, you'll have seen them before, eh? And John Uche is another guy. John Uche. So he worked at YouTube and he worked at Instagram. And he was one of my favorite speakers at Vid Summit. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's tapped into people. Like he knows people. He gets like the biggest, famousest guests on, but he's very. What I love about his channel is that he will ask. He's very good at asking the questions that that you'll be thinking. So when people start getting into a bit of jargon or they're just assuming that people know what they know, he'll just go, "Oh, what do you mean by blah, blah, blah?" And I'm like, "Oh, perfect." So John Uche talks about how he wants all of his interviews to be like a masterclass in YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So he was unreal. So he was so good. He was one of my favorite ones. And Colin and Samir. Colin and Samir said they've been going for, did they say they've been going for something like, I want to say 14 years or something, but I think that they said after 5 years, and they were still averaging something like, I don't know, like maybe it's something like after 2 years, and they were still averaging 500 views or something on their podcast.
Wow.
They were like, should we keep going? Should we keep going? So it's that compound interest thing, isn't it? Like just
they've got
that's the superpower.
1.6 million subscribers.
Yeah, Colin and Samir.
Yeah.
But they've been going for so long. But they really, really do talk about just, they were just going, and just like, should we keep on going? Is this worth it? All of that.
Wow.
So what is their channel called?
They have some of the same struggles that small YouTubers have as far as should I keep going?
Definitely. And because, of course, they were small and they talk about it. What is their channel called? Or are they called Colin and Samir?
It's called Colin and Samir.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm on their newsletter. That's it. So I'm on their newsletter list. So they call it Creator something. I get quite confused because I'm on quite a few newsletter lists and they all call it Creator something. So I'm just like, but yeah, Colin and Samir. Yeah. And then John Uche, you will have probably seen him come up in your feed as well.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, YouTuber listening to this, you'll probably see him coming up in your feed straight after our live.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
you are definitely in the know. You're out there a lot more than I am, so I guess
but do you know what we're all in the know. Do you know what I think it is? It's just the length of time you've been on YouTube, right? So I had my perfume channel for a couple of years. I've had this channel for a year, and so I guess with like a lot of our our people in the chat, they've been on for a year, couple of years or more. And so I guess just the amount of time you've been on YouTube, you tend to just sort of pick up, and YouTube, like the algorithm will just be bringing up these big, as soon as you watch like Sean Cannell on Think Media, do you watch Think Media, bit of Sean? Yeah. So I guess then it starts pinging you to the other people.
True. And that's one disadvantage, I think, to being so hyper niched as I am on my other channel is, in one sense, it's good because everybody that's there wants to know the software. But in another sense, you get so hyper niched that you don't get exposed to much outside of that niche.
No.
If that makes sense,
But that's a good thing, is it? That's a good thing for that, because you want to be popping up in other people's. You don't want to be popping up on a fishing channel's feed, do you?
Right.
On your other one, for example.
Yeah. So, it's good, but it also has that downside that you don't see you don't get exposure, I guess, to a lot of other things outside of that niche. Like I'm getting a lot of exposure in this channel now that I have.
Yeah.
Retirement.
Yes.
That I never got in the other channel.
No.
So, it just isn't there.
No.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But it's also good to be out of that and to have a second channel and to be able to, see both worlds. So I'm getting used to it. I'm getting my toes wet. I'm dipping my feet in the water here. And
Yeah, you're even getting your ankles wet, I think.
have to get wet up to my knees.
Yeah. And so Diary of a CEO, do you watch Stephen Bartlett?
No, I
DOAC,
do not.
Diary of a CEO. Okay, cool. So take that one down too. Diary of a CEO, Stephen Bartlett. He has thrown himself behind the Stan store. So he's partnered with John Hugh, who owns Stan store, but Stephen Bartlett. And a really interesting thing too is, just like while we're on the topic, is his Grace Andrews. I think she's Grace Andrews, not Andrew, but she's another person I've started watching recently. She is like, let's say she's maybe 26 or something like that, but she was Stephen Bartlett's, because his company is called Flight Story. And this is another cool thing too, right? This is another cool thing. So there's someone, what's his name? Who's our guy? He's one of our guys in our school, and he interviewed Flight Story.
Okay.
Yeah, so like this is it. Like we've got ordinary people that we know are interviewing the team, like Stephen Bartlett's team. Of course, he like sort of networked with them and talked to them a bit on LinkedIn, but then they're agreeing to an interview, and so he's like putting that up on his YouTube channel. So I'm trying to think of the person's name, but Grace Andrews, she was Stephen Bartlett's top social media person, and she only left working for him, I want to say 3 months ago, and just go out on her own. So she's got her own new YouTube channel, and I watch a bit of her, and it's great. She's got great content, but she vlogs. I don't necessarily love it when she just gets into 20 something, like she just does a little bit. I find it a bit self-indulgent, like, you know what I mean? Like I can't see a lot of men necessarily watching, because I just get a bit impatient with, okay, now you're eating all your meals on camera now, right? Like that's just too much. Like she's
Like
just so
Instagram.
busy and been so famous that she's showing us her food. I don't mind that, because I kind of go, oh wow, that's a good idea, like to see the oats or whatever, like, but then she'll just be eating it. And then she's acting so busy that she's eating all her meals. But then I did actually hear her say on her last video that she's taken a bit of feedback not to be eating on all her meals on thing. But the good thing is she brings a lot of knowledge and experience from working really closely with Stephen Bartlett. So I watch a bit of her because she's got some good ideas. So I like, actually I'll tell you one of the ideas that I really, really like. Actually, one of the ideas is that she said that she is in a networking group where she meets with other like women entrepreneurs, people who are like CEOs of their company, or they are heading in that direction, or they've just got a big vision and they're an interesting person to hang with and choose some ideas with and all of that. But she just talked about how that's a great idea, just to actually meet up, have a group, like a
Sure.
little mastermind group that you do once a month, and you just meet up just to sort of chew the fat and stuff. Which to me, I think this type of thing is that, because we're just sharing our ideas and we're hearing ideas from people in the chat.
Yeah.
Only eaten once or twice on film. I'm not a fan. Yeah. I know we've probably all done it. We've all done it.
Oh yeah.
But I know, but when you just see these young 20 somethings and they just, they're plucking their eyebrows and they're doing the get ready with me, I'm just thinking, okay, are we actually getting some valuable content right now, or should I just wriggle along on the timestamps? But that's what timestamps are for.
That's true.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So have we talked ourselves silly now? Should we
I'm feeling kind of loopy.
Yeah, I'm feeling kind of loopy too. Yeah, awesome. All right, Mike. Do you want to do this again next week, or should we have a bit of a chat on our thing? Is this a good time for you, or?
Yeah, I would love to do this again next week, and yeah, sometime I want to have you on mine, and we'll use
And do you know what?
live.
Do you know what? Do you know what? If you want to, we'll do next week. If you want to go turns about, or next week you want to host and I'll come on yours, that would be amazing.
Okay, the only problem is, it's not really a problem, but you
it's
can't
okay.
simulcast it on yours,
No, that's fine. I don't
But-
need to do that. I don't need to do that.
But
But
we
yeah,
could
I'm
use
up for that.
YouTube has that collaboration feature now. So when it's done, I mean, you can't collaborate on a live during the live, but after the live is done, you can collaborate so that it appears on both channels. And when you hit the subscribe button, it brings up both channels. You can subscribe on either one or both. It's kind of cool.
Okay,
So,
Mel said she has plucked her eyebrows once on camera. Okay, you're a girl after my heart, Mel. That's great. I'll watch from the start of it later. Yeah, so do
just
you know
for the
what?
record, I've never plucked my eyebrows either online or offline.
Hey, we can look at that. We can look at that. Don't discount it. Don't just discount it. You never say never, Mike.
That's true.
Because
That's true. I know
yeah,
better than that.
I
Yet here
know.
I am saying it.
I know. I'm actually trying to talk the girls into the Friday Night Live, like a little bit of a Halloween theme, and even having some,
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because it's 6 o'clock for some of them, 6 and 7 o'clock p.m. on Friday night. So I'm sort of trying to suggest to them, and I'm actually even wondering, like, you know, would I do like a little troll? Because I was thinking, oh, what's Halloweeny? Like if you're a YouTuber, like troll. So I've been thinking about the actual troll dolls. And last
yes.
night I went to bed looking up troll wigs, and when I couldn't see how I could get a troll wig from Shine or Temu in 48 hours in New Zealand, I then found a video how to make your own troll wig. So I went to
There you
bed
go.
last night thinking, this woman's going, this is all the stuff that you need to buy to make this troll wig. And I'm thinking, is that $50 of stuff? Like, you know, all the this and the stiff tulle. But anyway, I know.
You know,
All right.
I got a great Halloween mask, a rubber mask that's, full head thing. Real
Yeah,
scary one. I should have wore it today. I'll have to wear that. I'll have to do some video on Halloween and wear that.
definitely, definitely. Or if you're available to come, even if you want to come on our live, you're welcome to. It's 6 p.m. I don't know, but anyway, you can see what you're doing.
Okay.
But yeah, let's talk for next week, and I'll come on yours, and you can tell me about
Okay.
the collaboration thing, because I'm not up to date with how to do that, but I would love to come on your live. Let's do a live on
That'd be
yours.
awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Oh,
Let's do
amazing,
that.
amazing. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks for the incredible chat, Mike.
Yeah, thank you. What a privilege it is to be here. I really appreciate you. I appreciate the school community. I just appreciate being here on your video with you. This is awesome. Thank you.
I really appreciate you. I've just learned so much about audio stuff. I'm just impressed. Yeah, you just keep on bringing out new tech. I'm just like, wow, do you know what? Definitely, I wanted to go to Walmart. I know there's not great tech in Walmart, but I'd not been to a Walmart before. So I said to Alison, like, on our way to the airport, can we just stop for 20 minutes? We'll leave a little bit earlier. I'll just go and walk around Walmart, because I like to watch Bethany Frankel. Is she one of the housewives of somewhere? I don't know. She's one of these, like, she's a bit mad and crazy, but she's so great. But she just talks about little Walmart finds, like little copycat bags and beauty products and stuff. But when I went in there, what did I do? I went straight to the audio department, just because I wanted to see if there was some fun little microphone that was an underrated cheapie, or just something
There you
fun
go.
looking, you know what I mean? So yeah, awesome. Thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you, Mike. We'll be in touch. See you in school. See you on
Sounds
your
good.
live next week, and anything in between then.
Okay, great. Thank you
All
very much.
right.
Thank you all.
See you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.